I believe you both have spoken a lot about relationships tonight. I think most of us can remember a time when we went to church with at least one deputy or two, and that's not the case for me anymore. The one that went to church to be retired, but it seems to be a lack of relationships. Maybe just me, maybe throughout the crowd. There was a time when you could look around and see signs everywhere that said something like Mingo Community Watch, or a license plate on my grandparents' car, Community Watch, this area observed. Those types of partnerships were integral to protecting kind of the community because it was community members serving the community themselves. Can you talk a little bit about how you would incorporate these partnerships into your particular regime if you were elected sheriff?
Yes, I did not know a lot about the Grange before just a couple of years ago, and my brother was the one that actually started telling me about it. And as I started learning about it, I started seeing the social media posts and things like that, and I realized that as sheriff, I'm going to ask you to follow me, but really I need to be following you all, because there's community groups that are out here that are actually talking about issues. I mean, they're not doing political rants and targeting and being hateful about, politics or anything like that. They're talking about concerns. And if I can tap into that network, that's going to do great for the sheriff's department, and having commanders that are actually involved in it and looking at those sites so that we can identify those problems. But I'm going to be coming to some of the meetings. I'll be coming. If there's another organization that, develops itself like Grange has, I'm going to be coming out and I'm going to be listening to those. You talk about relationships with the church. The church relationship is actually how I started the police youth camp. We found a church over in the community. It was a community identified as an underserved community, and we reached out to them, and they allowed us to come in, and we started doing a police camp there. So I do believe that you have to reach out to the organizations, and you have to be open. I'll never come to church to politic. I may come to worship with you, but I'll never come on Sunday morning and politic. But if you want to have a meeting any time after that, I'll be there. Always.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Mr. Jackson, we'll conclude with you. You touched on in the last question about limits, constitutional limits, general statute limits as to what you enforce, how you must enforce things in law. In the news recently, we see ICE and in Minneapolis, the situation there where federal agents are entering a town to obtain or arrest criminal and illegal aliens, and they're not getting support from local enforcement until maybe today. We might have heard that today. In the past, we were all made. We thought we were going to be made to wear masks, and the sheriff at the time, Sheriff Ford, said, "No, I'm not going to enforce this." So this is, I guess, the question for you. Where would you draw the line? When you feel like there is an encroachment by a party or an entity that might be higher than the county, in your situation, in your estimation, where do you draw the line and say, "I don't think that this is the law and that I should enforce"?
The United States Constitution is where you draw the line. Every one of us in this room is guaranteed rights by the United States Constitution. I don't think anyone in this room wants violent gang members in your neighborhood. I don't think anyone in this room wants murderers in your neighborhood, child molesters, whoever it may be. None of us wants those people in our neighborhoods, right? Everyone has a right to feel safe in this county. So part of that is to cooperate with federal agents. Now, there was a new law that came into place November, maybe in October 1st of last year, that requires local sheriffs now to cooperate with federal agencies at certain levels. So if you're arrested for a certain crime, I know driving while impaired is one, and I can't remember what the other crime was by general statute, but now we are required to fingerprint, and if they're held for ICE, we're required by general statute to hold. So, but to answer your question, like the constitutional mandates and that kind of stuff, mask mandates, anything that affects any of our constitutional rights as a whole, that's where you got to draw your line at. The Constitution was written by people a whole lot smarter than me a long time ago, who, how in the world they could see where we were going 250 years ago, I don't know. They're a lot smarter than I am. But anyway, we as law enforcement have to be willing to stand up for everyone, every individual's constitutional rights.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Folks, please give our candidates a hand. So I want to personally thank all of you for being here and for your patience with me. We thank you. We want to thank the Plainview Community Center for that board for hosting it. Our members of the Grange that helped put this on and hosted this. We want you to come to our meetings again, Thursday night, 7 o'clock, Mingo Community Building, every Thursday. Thanks for being here. We were streaming on the Mingo Information Network. That's our YouTube channel. We're also on Twitter, X, and also on Facebook, and we'd love to have you follow those pages. The candidates are going to hang around for a moment for a meet and greet, shake hands, ask questions, and please do come and see them. But thank you for being here tonight and participating in our ride. Thanks a lot.